Do you guys remember Volkner, the 8th gym leader of the Sinnoh region? We all know that Ash beat him in the end, right? But don't you remember how depressed he was? Remember when Ash first saw him and challenged him to a battle? Volkner said, "You saw the badges in the front, right? Why don't you just take one?" And Ash didn't accept that, of course. He wanted a true challenge, but the main reason Volkner was so depressed was because I think during his time as the gym leader, he lacked worthy challengers, and he found himself more drawn to technology. And what he wanted to do was not battle anymore, but was more to make renovations to the Sunny Sword gym, made more renovations to Sunny Sword themselves, because he was just literally bored of battling and was more consumed of the technology life. Like literally, I'm not joking. Like he stopped battling himself just to focus more on what he could have done with technology and how he could have made Sunny Shore a better place. Like he was bored of battling and was more interested in the technology he was able to produce, and this caused him to distance himself from battling altogether. So he just stopped accepting challenges, and in the end, if you before you approach the gym itself in the front place before you walk into the gym, they will literally give you badges for free. There's a tub of it, legit in front of the gym. It's a sack of badges that someone can get, and they can say, "Oh yeah, I got my 8 gym badge. Finish it in less than a second." Technically I did, but I think Volkner was just so depressed of battling, and the distance between him and battling was so far gone that even Flint, his best friend, was furious about this, and seeing the person that he became was more saddening to him, because I think when they were kids, Flint and him were rivals from the very beginning, and I think that seeing him as this because I think Flint saw that Volkner was just as strong as him, and to see him to go around this route was very disappointing. But yeah. But anyway, let's not talk about that. But anyway, let's talk about the main focus is, I guess, what would happen if Volkner just never stopped training, he just kept battling. Well, let's think about it, right? To kick it off, we know that if Volkner was still passionate about battling, we know that he would continually train and kept protecting his title as the gym leader, and he wouldn't be rusty. But I also think that if Volkner never stopped training, I think he could have been able to compete for a spot in the Elite Four. I know in the Diamond Pro game, we know that Volkner can't technically do that, but this is anime, damn it. He's built different. Anyway, I think Volkner never stopped. If Volkner just never stopped training in general, he could have gone and properly competed for a spot in Elite Four. And my only reasoning for saying this is because I think I'm just going based off what I remember. Because I think if Flint, right, he is a member of Elite Four, and for a very long time, I'm pretty sure they were each rivals for one another. And Volkner went to become an Elite Four member, and Volkner became the 8th gym leader, and Flint became the Elite Four member. And after that point, when they separated in that way, Volkner never kept up with his training. But I think if he kept up with his training and wasn't consumed by the whole technology concept, he would have been able to compete for a spot in the Elite Four. And in the anime version, right, when he fought Ash, we know his team is it was a 3-on-3 battle, and his team was Electivire, Jolteon, Luxray. Volkner, when he fought Ash, just got back into the spirit of battling again, right? I think though Volkner did lose to Ash, just the possibility of Volkner could have been stronger if he just never left training and battling. Ash probably would have definitely a tougher time beating Volkner, right? And I do believe this is Volkner's full team, but I just feel like Volkner himself, when he was fighting Ash, still wasn't there yet, right? Because I think this was his first match when he got his a passion back to battling. So I don't think Volkner did lose, and he did technically fight with his full team, but he technically was pretty thrilled about it. I just think having his first match back after a while I think he's more rusty, and I just don't think he was there at his full potential yet. I think in the anime, if you remember this, he said like, we're not, when he's talking to Flint at the cafe, he said, we're not kids anymore, those times are kind of done, which is kind of like a real, like a real, like a statement in the real world, like people change. But anyway, I know we can talk about the Master 8 tournament and Pokemon Master Journey, where Volkner and Ash fought again, and obviously we know Volkner lost again, but this time he obviously was more passionate and more happy about battling. But I think even though they fought again, I don't really want to count it because Volkner himself still used the same team when he fought Ash, so nothing new. So I would think that Ash seeing this, it will be easier because if it's the same electric team, right? No new upgrades, no new variations. It will be a lot easier to defeat him this time, which it was. But I think overall, like if Volkner was probably more serious about his training and never left training hall in general, and it wasn't really consumed by technology or the improvement of Sunny Shore, which is not a bad thing. It's a really good thing. But just like if he just never left that part of him behind and just kept training, I do think Volkner could have been part of the Elite Four, or at least just stronger in the anime than we saw. I mean, like I said, yeah, we saw Volkner go full power, but I just think like if things were to be like normal, I think Volkner could have been a lot more stronger than what we saw in the anime. That's it. Take care.